Congratulations on the show. It's so much fun. I was hooked. Mariel, your character is so intriguing because she's tough and she's bold, but she has also these secrets and these flaws. So I'm curious, what was it like sort of developing her and then also having kind of that pressure of being the lead of the show with so many sort of moving parts?
Oy, yes, I was crazy in the best way, though. It was definitely the most challenging job that I've had thus far. I felt, such a responsibility and also just very grateful to Freeform to kind of entrust me with this role. And for me, I thought, you know, it was when this character was complicated and when she had these secrets and why she had these secrets and what her past was, that was really what drew me to the character. And I was able to sit down with the creators and really talk about Elena and why she's doing the things that she's doing. And she had such a rich backstory, such a really complicated and awful past that was my guiding light throughout the show. And that helped me sort of, I guess not judge the character for what she was doing. I think that every character does what they must in order to get what they want, and that was really fun and challenging to pursue. And also the duplicitousness of Elena was really fun too. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
glad you're enjoying it. That's awesome.
So much. And I mean, you really hold your own in all of these scenes. And I think that
Oh,
could probably be scary, especially with someone like Kelly Bishop. What was it like getting to sort of play off of her? Because your dynamic is so much fun.
so intimidating. I mean, it's just already you can't not step into that room as a fan. I am fangirling, getting to work with her, but at the same time, I'm also there as Elena, and I have to represent that character and I have to do right by her. And so there was no other option for me but to step up to the plate and try and be there and hold my ground with Kelly Bishop, which was a struggle and a challenge because that woman is so precise and specific and professional about her work. And I learned so much from her and what she, advocates for her characters and her work. So it was the best kind of nerve-wracking experience that you could have.
Yeah, I bet. I can't even imagine. All of the dynamics are so much fun though, and I have to say one of my favorites has to be the friendship between Elena and Jenny. It just feels so authentic. It feels so fun. Aliyah, how did you sort of form that bond? Because you can really feel it on screen between you and Marielle.
Oh, my heart leaps out of my chest. Thank you. Um, Mariel, immediately upon meeting her, our chemistry was there, which does not always happen. Sometimes it's time to build, especially when you're, going from episode one with someone, friendships and relationships, they progress over time, like over the season. I think very immediately, upon meeting Mariel, I was like, this is going to be so much fun and I trust you entirely, and let's just jump into it. So I think the trust between us as actors was there like very early on, and it made it much easier to play in the show. I just think when you have the foundation of two people who are really happy to be working together and really happy to be in this environment, it makes it so much easier for that love to show on camera.
Finally, what I really like about the show is that it explores class in a really fun and interesting way. And something that I really liked was how we saw these characters of very similar ages with the nannies and then like Tori's stepdaughters. They're very close in age, but they're at very different points sort of in their lives. How did you sort of read and navigate that? Because that was something that really jumped out to me.
Yeah, it's actually funny you say that because I was watching some of the episodes where you can see that come into play. And immediately there is this sense of responsibility that the nannies have versus these kids who are kind of just like going through life without a care in the world with an incredible sense of privilege, but they don't really know it. And it feels almost as if the nannies and some of the other younger characters are kind of like trying to pick up the pieces for them, That's a sense that I got, especially in episode 3. And it's funny you point that out because I hadn't thought about it like that. But I think it is really interesting to note, like, they are in the same age, and yet there are people who have almost like the privilege of not knowing who they want to be and what they want to do with their lives and can take their sweet time. And then there's people that actually have to work and do something that maybe they don't want to end up doing for the rest of their life in order to have that dream, which is, I think, a way of looking at the have and have nots that we haven't really talked about in the show. So thank you for bringing that up. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, of course. And I love like the Gen Z representation for that too, because that's something so
Yeah.
new. And I love how that's brought up sort of all of the time in the show. Well, thank you guys so much. It was so nice getting to talk to you, and I can't wait for everyone to see the show.